Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry for the lack of videos. I've been so busy. I work every single day and then I have my life and I just don't have time to film. I'm trying to film more. I'm trying to set up my schedule so I can still have a life and still work the hours that I work and all that good stuff. So I basically took every single mustardy / yellow shade I had in my collection and threw it all together, and it came out really nice. I like how it came out. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. To prime my lids, I used the Urban Decay Anti-Aging Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and then I set it with my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Glow. I'm going to be using a whole bunch of different palettes. So my first palette, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Feather, which is this yellow shade right here. Then I'm going to jump into the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia, and I'm going to be taking Gold Ochre. And then I'm going to go into the Kathleen Lights palette by Morphe, and I'm going to take this shade right here. I want to add some brown tones to it, so I'm taking Warm Taupe back in the Anastasia palette, and on a very small crease brush I'm going to lightly dust that in my outer corners and blend it up. And then for some odd reason, I took Cypress Umber in the Anastasia palette, and I put that really close to my lash line in my outer corner, like right here. I don't know why, I really didn't want it to be a dark look. This didn't make it too dark, but it is dark. And I'm just going to use my transition brush to blend it. And then I'm going to go back into the Metal Matte palette by Kat Von D, and I'm going to take the yellow shade we use, Feather, and I'm just going to lightly dust that in my crease because I want a little bit more yellow shade in it. And for my lid shade, I'm going to be mixing two things. I'm going to take the shade Primavera from the Anastasia palette and do that first. And on top of that, I'm going to use this J-Cat Shimmer Powder. I don't have the shade, but it's just a very bright gold shade. And I'm just going to use my finger to do this. Okay, and then for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to use the shade Tempora in the Modern Renaissance palette. So this is it for the eyes as of now. I'm going to zoom you guys out and we'll start my face. To prime my face, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer, and I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fade Skin Pore Eraser. For my foundation, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Sand. I didn't grab a beauty blender. I have not been posting BoxyCharms because I get them so late in the month. The first BoxyCharm I uploaded, I got it so early and I was like, oh great, if it's going to come this early then I can post my videos, but it comes literally the last week in the month, so sorry guys. For concealer, I'm going to be using what I got in my last month's BoxyCharm. This is the Concealer Collection by Measurable Difference. It's a 16 Color Pro concealer palette. It has a whole bunch of concealers. I just want to test it out on me. I'm actually going to put this in my kit for my clients, but I wanted to test it out on myself just to see the consistency, so when I test it or when I use it on my clients I know the consistency. So I'm going to be using this little eyelash holder to scoop out the product because it's very unsanitary to have dip their brush in the product or use their fingers. So if you ever have a makeup artist and they're just dipping their fingers and everything and dipping their brushes and everything, no. Unless it's powder products, no. Okay, so I used vanilla, which is this shade for my highlighting, and to contour I'm using this shade Toasted Almond. It's definitely a thicker concealer. You definitely have to grab more. I definitely didn't grab enough. I'm gonna try a brush for this because I'm really not liking how the Beauty Blender is working. I have to say it covered up my dark circles definitely. Probably need a little bit more coverage, so I'm just going to take a little bit more from the palette. So it's definitely a thicker concealer. I almost want to compare it to the Anastasia contour kit that they have, the cream contour kit, with the consistency. I like blending it out with the brush better and then going over it with this to take out any fine lines. The coverage is good. There's just, I don't know, like it looks really weird underneath my eye. I don't know. Let me just finish my face and we'll see. I don't like the way it is really blending underneath my eyes. Like it looks really cakey. I'm gonna go in with the contour shades. I'm just gonna use the same brush. Like it for contouring. I think it might be a little bit easier to blend out. To set my face, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Color Icon contouring palette in this shade Dulce de Leche. I'm going to be taking this shade over here to, you know, set the face. I know what you're saying, girl. There's no powder in there, but there is. So this is it for the face as of now. I'm going to zoom you guys in and we'll finish my eyes. So for the lower, I gotta zoom in. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go into the Kat Von D palette and I'm going to take the shade Feather and run that along the entire lower lash line. And then I'm going to go into the Modern Renaissance palette and I'm going to take the shade Golden Ochre and do the same thing. Oh, I always forget to do my waterline. Silly girl. I'm going to be using my Jordana 12-hour liquid eyeliner pencil in the shade Espresso Last 2 waterline. Then I'm going to go into Warm Taupe and do the same thing we did with the last two shades. No extra powder. And then I'm going to go into Cypress Umber and do the same thing, but very close to my lower lash line. For mascara, I'm going to be using my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. And for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to take Vermeer and Primavera from the Modern Renaissance palette and pack it on. So that is it for mis ojos. We're going to zoom back out and finish my piece. To contour my face, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. finishing powder in the shade Dark Deep. For my blush, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Matte Blush in the shade New Rules. I know what you guys are thinking. This is really bright, but it's okay. And last, nope, just kidding, not last. For my highlight, I'm going to be using my Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. For my lips, I'm going to be using the Ciate London Liquid Velvet in the shade Swoon. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really hope you guys like it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. What are you gonna do? Tell me everything you think I wanna hear. Whoop, whoop. Go.